I'm David Crump from the University of Houston Law Center. I was a practicing lawyer for many years, and I did all kinds of different practice, including property transactions, including real estate transactions, and some work in intellectual property. The book is co-authored by David Caudill and David Hrysick from Villanova and Mercer Law Schools, respectively. So it's the three David book. And that makes it a unified book, I suppose. It is a property book that's heavily transactionally oriented, and if you are interested in a serious course in this area, that's what you would be doing is transactional work. It is traditional, largely. The bulk of the book is your traditional kind of case method, court opinions. There are a lot of notes, there are a lot of text. There also are a large number of practice-oriented problems that are harder than they look, and you'll have to get the students to read the instructions about those. But it's everything from how to write a deed to fighting over an easement. We do, I think, a more concentrated job at both ends of the spectrum. That is, we have a focus on the lawyering strategies that a person in a real estate or similar kind of practice would have. And we also have challenges at the more theoretical end that are more concentrated because we make a bigger effort to bring those out, I think, than the ordinary book would. For example, you can heavily teach law and economics in this book if you are inclined in that direction, or you can go in the opposite direction and teach students how to prepare documents for transactions. Lawyering strategies, to me, I rarely use the word skills. I think skills makes it sound less intellectual than it really is. Skills is like the hula hoop. We have things in our book that range from preparing documents for real estate transactions over to doing issues about zoning controversies, for example, that put the student in the position of being a lawyer. It's harder than analyzing a case because you have to put the cases together with where your client is trying to go. The material in the book can definitely be taught out of order if you'd like to. We start with our first real chapter being a chapter on intellectual property. Intellectual property, by the way, is property and it belongs in this course. If you aren't an expert in intellectual property, don't worry. We have every case briefed in the teaching manual and questions and answers for going through the case. Alternatively, you can start with real estate materials. You can start with the nature of property. You can start with the traditional beginning using finders cases and the like. We have pathways for each of those possibilities set up in the book, in fact. We have the World's Champion Teacher's Manual. I believe in the Teacher's Manual. When I am preparing the Teacher's Manual, I'm thinking ahead to teaching the course myself. Every case is briefed. Every case has suggested questions and answers. Not that you'll use the exact questions or answers, but they show you a line of attack that could be used for the given case. We have every problem briefed. We have every simulation exercise briefed, showing you how to do it, showing, in fact, some student work products. Where you have documents, we have student-prepared documents as examples to show you. We have student outlines from oral presentations that the students have done. We have a killer teacher's manual, let's put it that way. And the teacher's manual also includes, incidentally, a couple of suggested syllabus type documents. One for a 5 and one for a 4-hour course. This is the book that you can use to teach a serious course about property transactions. To me, the course is transactional. There are books that have heavy coverage, for example, of discovery and occupation. We don't do that much anymore as a means of creating property interests. Property is transactional work, and our book is aimed at preparing lawyers to become transactional lawyers for their clients.